Things are quiet now. But you won't believe how quickly the world came apart. The lights in the sky. Fires. The endless cold. Those who've survived have been brought to their knees. On their knees, they'll pray they make it through winter. When I was a doctor, I heard those same prayers. People hoping against hope. I couldn't do anything for them then. I'm not sure I can help them now, but I need to try. I know you're out there somewhere, fighting to survive for another day in a world that's forgotten us. Whatever happens, whatever you do, don't give up. Remember who we were. Don't let this new world break you. And I will see you again.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. How y'all doing today? Happy Saturday. Wow, Saturday already. Got a lot of fun stuff today. We got Long Dark this morning. We're going to do some Medieval Dynasty this afternoon. We're in year 7, I believe, now in Medieval Dynasty. We got some Medieval Dynasty to do, and we're going to have fun with that. But for right now, we're going to get back into our Endless Night Gunloper run. We're on day 124 in Coastal Highway. We're planning to go out and do some fishing today. We got a lot of coastal highways still to explore. We got Misanthrope, Jackrabbit Island. We got the fishing camp, the logging camp, the trailer up at the top. We have the bear area over there, the bear campground. So there's a lot of it to still explore, a lot of it to do, and that's what we're going to end up doing today. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our, let's use the blue flare. Hello, Faith. Good morning. Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Faith. How's it going? All right, we are going to take a lot of wood with us. And a bunch of this coal. And a bunch of these sticks and a cedar. Okay, that put us at 51. These are all curing. That is now cured. Go ahead and throw that inside the cabinet here. Okay, I think we got everything we want. There's our moose hide, which is nice and cured as well. Okay. Time to do some fishing. Do a little fishing wishing. Really? Is it gonna do this to me? I don't think I can get out there with this weather. I don't think. Oh man, it went out that quick. Wow. Okay, well, I guess we just walk out then. Give you guys night vision. Tala, hello, hello. Doing good. It's chores weekend, but today cooking and baking so I can watch and listen. Yay! It's been a hot minute. Yes, Tala, it has been a hot minute. It's good to see you, though, again. I hope you're doing well. Really? Really? I step outside to go do something, and the game's like, nah. Game's like, try again, sucker. Okay, let's go ahead and just light up this lantern for just a second. I'm pretty sure I've searched this already, but we'll just check. Yeah, we've already searched everything in here, right? Yes, we have. Although there is a fireplace in here. We could use that to break stuff down, because this would take, what, 3 hours? Now 2 hours. 58 minutes. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and light a fire in here real quick. And then we'll break a few things down. You brought the blizzard? Yes, you did. You did bring the blizzard. At least there's a fireplace in here we can use. Afternoon, all men. Afternoon, all man. This 3 p.m. Eastern start is so much better for me. Catch you on the YouTube. Well, there you go, Kenneth. Well, I'm glad it's working out good for you. It's working out good for me too. God, last night was so busy. Oh my God, last night was so freaking busy. I think I did. I was out for 5 hours, just a little over 5 hours, and I did 18 rides last night in 5 hours, which is pretty hopping. I mean, that's like almost 4 rides per hour, which is pretty fast. Okay, let's go ahead and just break that down. Let's break that down. Break that down. Well, yay! I'm glad it's working out for everybody. It's working out for me too. So. Oh, shushabai. There we go. Tala with a 2230. Thank you so much. Shiba Dog with a big smile on his face, tilting his head. Thank you for the super sticker there. I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Yep, making that money. Yeah, last night I made over 200 bucks in 5 hours. It was really good. Last night was hopping the entire night long. Got 58 minutes. That's great. Hello, water. All right, we got a little bit of water now. That fire's got an hour 48 left. That's got an hour 57. I don't seem to be making much headway here. Okay. I was like, well, I'll come in and get a little fire put down and... Alright, let's grab some torches.
Getting too heavy to carry.
Well, thank you, Tala, for the super sticker there. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for all the support over on the YouTube side, everybody. Yeah, but yes, Zombie Vamp, making that moolah. Well, plus I have a thing going right now where if I can get another, I think it's 7 rides tonight. It's not a great deal, but if I get another 7 rides tonight, I'll get another extra 30 bucks. So, you know, it's not the greatest deal in the world, but at least it's a little extra money. So, a little extra money. All right, I forgot I need to grab my pies. And then I need to grab a piece of venison and eat that. Oh, that's little tiny piece of venison. And if I get another, what is it? Another 17 rides, I'll get an extra $55 total. So I could make a little extra money if I get out there and bust ass tonight, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so we got that. Let's take one piece of meat with us. We are a little heavy, so let's eat one of our pies. There we go. Now we got a little stank on us, too. But I cannot wait to play some more Medieval Dynasty today. I'm so excited. Yeah, 30 bucks is a tank full of gas. Well, it's part of it. It's about a half a tank of gas for me. But I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Wow, there's several wolves out there. Look at little wolfy babies. Got him. Totally worth it. Go off and die somewhere, sucker. I see the yeah, it doesn't really help. I see the hut way out there. I figured I'll just use the revolver right now to scare him away. The good news is we'll have the revolver for when we go to Bleak Inlet and Blackrock. So, I think after we finish up here in Coastal, we're gonna go back to the ravine, and then we're gonna venture into Bleak Inlet. Because I'd like to check the hatch in Bleak Inlet, because we've checked every hatch for pepper pie recipe so far. We haven't checked Bleak Inlet or Blackrock though. Those are the only two we've not checked. So of course it's there. I'm so old, I remember when my father paid 29 cents a gallon of gas and he cursed the high price of gas. Oh yeah. I remember paying under $1 for gas as well. So I remember that. I remember I could fill my car up for under 20 bucks. And that was a large tank car too. That was not a little 10-gallon tank. Alright, let's go ahead and get this going. Oh, you know what we did not do? You know what we did not do? I didn't do my fish tip-ups. Gosh dang it! I need to go back and get some fish tip-ups made. I hate that you can't make fish tip-ups on the fly. It's so annoying. Well, we'll build this fire up nice and big. Then we're gonna dump the coal here. Dump those here. I don't know why I have a stick on, or a tinder plug on me. So what does it take? Yeah, God, I totally forgot to make fish tip-ups. I meant to make 2 of them to bring out here. Where are they? There we go. I need sticks, scrap metal, workbench, and then I need the fishing tackles. Stick, scrap metal, workbench, fishing tackle. Okay, let's go ahead and dump all of our fishing tackle in here. Except 2 of them. I'll keep those and take those back with me. Gosh dang it. Dag nabbit. Okay. Let's reload that real quick. They found my cooking pot. It's in the farm in Pleasant Valley. Oh, you mean you looked back on a video and saw where it was? Yeah. Yeah, I did too. I was wondering as well, Fire Monkey Rob, so I did. Ignacio, how you doing? How are my skill levels looking? Oh, we're doing good. We got fire making 5, we got archery 5, cooking 5, carcass harvesting 5. We're getting close with the mending skill. We've got some good skills. We'll when we get back here to the farm to the The wolf right there. Nah, I'm gonna... Got him. He aims, he shoots, he scores! Oh, the weather station in Mountain Pass to be a safe house. This wolf is bleeding out. Now we will need... I didn't even think about that. We're gonna need light in here for the... We're gonna need light for the crafting of these. I didn't even think about that. Oh, we do have some sticks left here. Good. All right. How long did it take to craft one of those? Boop, boop, boop. 40 minutes. Okay, and we need metal. Do I have metal in here? Okay, I got one. Oh, I only have one piece of metal. Really? 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 Well, I guess I could break down a simple tool. I could break that down. But that's going to take me how long? Take me an hour to harvest it. Okay. Well, then we're gonna hold off for a second. We're gonna harvest that real quick. I just played Bleak Inlet for the first time on Interloper. Your mapping run was inspired, and I was extra careful about my clothes. Yeah, the Bleak Inlet is a rough place. It is Bleak Inlet is no joke at all. It will take the strongest of players and crush them into little tiny bitty pieces, and then stomp on their souls. So but you're saying, the Fire Monkey, that it's on the 6-burner stove in the farmhouse. That's great news. That is good news. I appreciate that very much. Okay, and then we also need... We also need the workbench. Okay, so... Oh, and I need more sticks. Gosh dang it. Okay, so let's go ahead. Put out El Torcho. We need 2 more sticks. Gosh dang it. I think... Yeah, okay, I have plenty of that. Hey, Cindy, how you doing? Matthew, it's good to see you as well. Well, I don't know, Matthew, if... I'm very curious, Matthew, to see what they do with the safe houses. Because it sounds like... There's going to be multiple safe houses. That was alluded to with the whole thing about the cougar and you needing to move to another safe house once he discovers where you are. So that was already kind of alluded to in the dev diary. And so I'm very curious to see what they do with it, and if we're able to just, like, you know, make anything into a safe house, or there's only going to be certain places that can be safe houses. I'm very curious about the new zone. The Mountain Pass zone is going to be crazy. I almost hope they just call it Mountain Pass. I know that'd be kind of lame, but I almost hope they just call it Mountain Pass. That seems like a good name for it. Alright, there's a little extra water for us. Let's go ahead and get a little food out here for ourselves, too. Alright. There, I'm just going to drop that there. Let's go ahead and head back to the fishing hut. It'll be interesting what the third tale will be about. Yeah, that's going to be interesting, too. There's so much stuff that's going to be coming out that's going to be so cool. I'm so stoked, and I'm here for it. Hello, Mr. Wolfie. I hate having you wander around out here. There we go. Bye, Bye-bye, Mr. Wolfie. Poor Wolfie boys. They're like, hey, stop shooting us with bullets. I'm like, never. I will always shoot you with bullets. At least it's a nice clear night out. That's kind of nice. I hear you. Come over here. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Come on, buddy. Come on. Bye-bye. All right, let's get inside. Close that door up. Let's go ahead and let's grab the... Okay, holster that. Let's go ahead and grab the... Let's get a little coal from our... Let's get a little coal here, and let's grab a little bit of that reclaimed wood. And those sticks. Ah, heck, let's just move it all in. There we go. We'll go all in. Let's go ahead and put a couple pieces of coal on there real quick. Bam, bam. Then that goes in. Perfect. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a hole in the ice right here. After all these years and still have stuff to look forward to, it makes this game a great game. It makes this a great game. That's true. that is the epitome of it, is that we have so much to look forward to even after all this time. It's like there's still going to be new stuff coming out, and I hope that they do more new stuff down the line as well. All right, make sure that our... Okay, tip-up's good there. So what we're going to do first, because we're going to be out here for a while, is I'm going to go ahead and just catch a little sleep real quick. Hey, Valor, how you doing, buddy? How's it going? Okay, so we got a fishy here, hopefully.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm the fresh rockfish. Woo, look at me. Look at my orange sexiness. Ooh, yeah. Well, it's kind of like more orangish, tannish. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. Brah.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Thank you for the 100 bits, Valor. I appreciate that.
Is it the most beautiful sailor of all the Oregon playing the long dark today? I think it is.
I don't know about most beautiful. Well, thank you for the 100 bits and the kind words. All right, we're going to put that there. We're going to go ahead and break that ice. And let's cook El Fisho here. I don't think the rockfish has any vitamin C in him. No, he does not. He has no vitamin C. We'll eat him anyway. Even though he has no vitamin C, it's fine. And then we're going to drink up. We did get a little lamp oil, which is good. That was actually a lot of lamp oil for him. Alright, and then... Oh, I don't have any more, I forgot I put all my lines in here. There we go. I was like, why don't I have any lines? Because I put them all in there. Alright, let's go ahead and fish for 6 hours. Here we go. Fishing time, boys and girls. Rocky the Rockfish. That's a good one.
Why, hello there, everybody. I'm a big old coho salmon. How y'all doing today? I hope you're all having a great day and life is going well. But Sammy the Salmon is out of here.
Okay, we got another fish out here.
Now look at me. I'm just a little trout. Little tiny trout. Tiny trouser trout. Whoa! Atheenon didn't just say that, did he? No. That never happened.
Wow, that was a dirty trout. Dirty, dirty trout. All right, let's drink some more water. There we go. Let's get fishing again. Time to get fishing. It sounds like we're splashing around in the water.
Hey, Atheenon, you have something out there. I heard the trap go off. You better go get it.
Okay, okay, I'll go get it. I'll go get it. Okay, we're gonna go get it. Fine.
Well, look at me. Look at how big I am. 5.17 kilos. That's humongous. Humongous. But you know what's even more humongous? The amount of support you all have given to the GoFundMe.
Oh, that was nice. He was very thankful for the GoFundMe there. What a nice guy. And we are still doing the GoFundMe, boys and girls. And I'm not really promoting it a ton. It's just kind of there. But thank you to everybody who's participated. Everybody's helped out my brother. I really do super appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for helping out with it and being supportive. And it means the world to him and to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Eat the rest of him down. We've now raised just a little over $2,000 for him, so I really appreciate it. For those of you who don't know, my brother's house was a little smushed by a tree. And we'll put that on there while we get the trap undone here. It's another coho. Wow. See, the fish traps are actually really good. Now, the one downside to the fish traps is while the fish traps are going, we do not get any skill ups for the fish traps. So if you catch a fish with a fish trap, you don't get a skill up. So that is the only downside to using the fish traps.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Other than that, they're super efficient. They're super great. Really like them. And they allow you to fish while they allow you to have passive fishing, because like right now I'm cooking stuff and normally I wouldn't be able to fish during this time, but with the fish traps I can go ahead and fish. Holy moly macaroni, I'm glad we're in here. Yeah, I didn't hear this one go up. Oh.
Look at me! It's Rocky the Rockfish back again, back from the dead. Atheenon ate me, but I'm never gone.
Hey, Abraham, how you doing? You're catching up on the mapping series. Oh, that was such a fun series. All right, so what we're going to do with Rocky the Rockfish here is we're actually going to harvest him into some fishing bait. I have a question. I'm confused about the distance between the entrances to Bleak Inlet. One is in the ravine and one is in Forlorn Muskeg, but how does that work? They are in opposite sites. As far as... well, one of them you come in from here, and the other one you come in through a tunnel. You got to remember that the one from the Forlorn Muskeg into Bleak Inlet is an underground tunnel. So I'm assuming that, and it's right in here. So I'm assuming that you're coming because see, it's sort. I mean, if you look at the map, it kind of makes sense because the ravine is here, and you're going into Bleak Inlet right about in here. And Forlorn Muskeg, you go through a tunnel that brings you through over to this part here. Because if you remember, the bridge is here, and the cannery is down in here. And then if you walk up this way and go across these rivers, the entrance to Forlorn Muskeg is about right where my cursor is. And then the other one is right over here. So it does actually make sense on the map. It's just the map is not a one-to-one perspective, and I don't really know how long the tunnels are. You know, those tunnels that we go through. You don't really know how long those are. So the tunnel could actually be longer than it appears, Abraham. So I wouldn't take it for actually being like a one-to-one. So, but it does make sense as far as where it is. Let's make a little more water. We got 2 hours on the fire. There we go. We got 11 hours on the fire. So, I mean, I know it's a little, it seems a bit weird, but it actually, I mean, it's always worked in my brain, so.
Although his brain isn't that big, so, you know, you have to take that into account, too.
Wow, thank you, Mr. Trolley Trout. Trolling Trout there, baby. Hey, Alice, how's it going? Carano, hello, hello. Oh, but that ain't a trolley coho salmon.
This much gear.
Okay, so we're gonna add some bait to it to start fishing. Gonna add some bait to that and start fishing. I have been really good. I have been really, really good. Things are going well. Wow, the line snapped there. That's crazy. Oh yeah, no worries at all. Yeah, it's always kind of made sense to me. So there's been an update in fishing. Usually, fish is the poorest source of food. So here's the trick, Carano. Now there's this little thing called vitamin C. Fish have a pretty decent source of vitamin C. You get moderate amounts. You get moderate amounts out of the salmon. You get some minor amounts, but overall, fish is really good now for multiple reasons. Because in a long game, you're going to run into issues where you are going to need to have your vitamin C. You're going to need to replenish your vitamin C, and if you don't, you're going to get scurvy. So you want to make sure that you do some fishing, and it's also a good way to get some oil as well. My best friend's nephew graduated from high school, so I stopped by and gave him $50. Nice, Alice.
That was very nice. Could I get $50 too? I got a family down there in the fishing hole, and now you're leaving them fatherless. See what an evil person Atheenon is. He just wants the vitamin C. That's all he wants. He wants the vitamin C and the little bit of oil he's gonna get from me, and for that, he's gonna sacrifice my whole family. What a jerk.
Sorry, Fish, you're 100% right. Abraham just gifted 10 memberships to the community? Holy crap. Oh my god. Abraham gifted out the 10 memberships to the community right now. Oh my goodness. Beetle B, Tahana, Fox Gray, Cherie, Old Fart, Bobby Boring, Jan Card, Elephant Juice, Man Bear Pig, and Raven Sky with the huge 67-month resub. This dance is not only for Raven Sky, but it's also for Abraham gifting out those 10 memberships. Thank you so much, Abraham. Thank you so much, Raven Sky.
Just resubscribed for 67 months.
67 months. Oh my god, 67 months. Thank you so much. Yes, endless night. We are endless nighting it right now, which has been, it's been absolutely nutty. It's been, I've likened it, Raven Sky. I'm really happy I'm doing it because it makes me like reconsider how I play the game. It really truly does. But again, Abraham, thank you so much. Thank you so much for those 10 gifted subs. I really do appreciate it. That was very nice of you to, I guess they're memberships over there. So the 10 gifted memberships over on the YouTube side. And again, thank you, Raven Sky, for the 67-month resub here on Twitch. Yes, here's the Dark Walker badge has an upside and a downside. The upside of it is you don't get tired very quick. The downside of it is that you don't get tired very quick. Because if you get injured, then you have a harder time recovering your health. Because it takes you a lot longer to get tired, and you can't get your health back as quick. Yeah, exactly. It screws you over on injury. So there's this dichotomy of, well, I like not getting tired, but at the same time, it sucks not being able to get tired because now I can't get my health back very quickly. Hey, we got another trouty there. Let's go ahead and just put that on there. I have no more bait. Wow, I went through all that bait that quick. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead, drink up. But I am using the Darkwalker badge. I decided to use both the Darkwalker and the Cold Fusion badge this time. The main thing has just been trying to get weather or trying to get places that I can craft in. Because you can't craft indoors unless there's an Aurora. And so I have to find places that have, you know, fires or stoves inside, or use an outdoor. I mean, I stayed in Milton for a while making a lot of my gear because it has that outdoor forge there at the farmhouse that I could craft at. So I love these fish tip-ups, and the holes in the ice are amazing. Oh, damn it. Broke my line. So yeah, the crafting, mending, and reading have been 3 of the hardest things to kind of get my brain wrapped around, because you can't do it unless you are outside and there's not a blizzard going on. Unless you have a fire built somewhere, then you're free to do it. But it's been definitely a learning curve to do it. So, but it's made it fun. It's made it fun. Yes, but yeah, that is true, Hallis. That is true. On the one day I've been playing, I've been able to do a lot. Because if you look in your journal, everything's done on day 1. We visited 415 locations on day 1. But we've actually been alive for 125 days. Hey, Justin, how you doing, buddy? All right, let's go ahead and put the other fish trap here as well. Let's go ahead and get this fish cooking. For some reason, the fish trap inside here does not make a noise when it goes up. I don't know why, but it doesn't make any noise. Nah, you know, the bait. I would rather get the oil out of the fish. I'm trying to get more oil. Good. Okay, I can refuel this now. Look at that. We already have 1.14 liters. So we now filled our lantern back up. Huzzah for us. I'm like Santa Claus. But you know, the thing I like about this challenge, Raven, is that, you know, really I'm always afraid of going out at night. I don't like going out at night. And so for me, it's been good to push me beyond my comfort zone and force me to travel in the dark. Force me to travel and deal with animals in the dark and stuff like that. So it's been really good on that front as far as like a motivator to get me going. And so I like it a lot for that. It's been really fun. It's been really fun. Raven, you can still make things with, like, I can still make stuff with this broken flower. I can still make rosehip pies with it. I can still make bannock with it. Just because the ingredients are ruined doesn't mean you can't utilize them. So you definitely want to hang on to them, and especially on Interloper, you go through. There's such a limited amount of flour for you. There's such a limited amount of flour that it's just worth hanging on to. My brain applies 7 days to die logic where nighttime equals stronger enemies. Oh yeah. Well, we've been having a lot of fun with 7 days to die as well. Good God, we just got done with the Horde Night number 6 last night, which was absolutely nutty sauce. We have it set on 32 enemies can spawn at once, which was absolutely crazy time, but it was fun. It made it fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and drink some water. Yeah, the Coho salmon really helped. Every time I watch you, I want to play harder modes. Well, just wait till Misery comes out. Oh my god, that's gonna be so freaking fun. Misery mode's gonna be wild. That's gonna be wild, wild, wild time. Really? Really? I want to actually catch some fish. There's a coho, nice. There's a rockfish, nice. I'm just ignoring that thing out there now. There's a trout. I just need to fish for like 6 hours. I need to get some skill ups. I'm trying to skill up my fishing, and the game's not letting me. It's like, no, you are going to. This will be broken by now.
That guy who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
It's too bad tip ups don't give skill ups. Yeah, you get no skill up from a tip up. Oh wow, it actually kept the fish. That's pretty wild. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that in there. Let's break that and put that in there. Let's go ahead and drink some water. That's good enough. Let's go ahead and cook Mr. Rock. Oh, I got 2 rockfish. Interesting. Because I am hungry, so let's eat the rockfish. It doesn't give me any vitamin C, but it does give us oil. And surprisingly, the rockfish give us a good amount of oil. Yeah, 0.05. That's not bad at all. It's better than the trout. Let's put it that way. There we go. Yum yum. Now there is a recipe that uses trout. I forget which one it is. I don't know if I have. It might be the coastal fish cakes. I think it's coastal fish cakes that use trout. But I don't have those, and I don't really care at this point. I just want the oil. I just realized I constantly forget fish as a food source. Well, and not only is it a food source, but in the new meta of the game is a very important food source because it also gives you vitamin C. It has that vitamin C component there, and later in the game you need that vitamin C component. So fish is it's good to go fishing, not only to get your fishing skill up, which I think mine is now. Once that flips over. Oh, skills. Carcass harvesting 5, cooking 5, fire starting 5, archery 5, mending 4, ice fishing is at 3. Mending's at 4. Revolver firearm is at 4. Gunsmithing is at 2. But yeah, it's good for the late game just to have it, because then if you do get in a situation where you need vitamin C, it comes in very handy because now you have a source that is very good at combating vitamin C. Cattails are good for kind of holding it at bay, but I think you have to eat like 10 or 15 cattails a day to stay even on vitamin C. Because they only give like 1 vitamin C point per cattail, compared to like the fish, which give you a bunch of vitamin C points per day. So there we go. Let's get a little bit of sleep here. Let's get like 6 hours of sleep. You haven't triggered the deficiency debuff yet? Yeah. Cattails will maintain you for a long time, Raven Sky. They truly will. They truly will maintain you for quite a while. So they're not bad. Don't get me wrong. Did I ever find another pot? Not here yet, no. I have not found another pot yet. No, I have not. Alright. What condition is our pry bar in? 47%. Our pry bar is getting beaten to the ground. Alright, let's get a trout cooking up. Go ahead and break down a couple of these torches. But yeah, my pot is back in Pleasant Valley at the farmhouse. Both me and another viewer looked it up and saw that the pot was back there. Yeah, we kind of, with Fire Monkey Rob, that was who it was. Yeah, me and Fire Monkey Rob looked back and saw that the pot was back in the farmhouse area. So it making me sad, man. Making me sad. Might as well put that in there while we're doing this. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, there we go. There we are. And we have recovered from our bear attack. All of our clothing is back in good shape again. Everything's in good shape. We repaired up all of our gloves, our hats, our pants, and all that stuff. Thank goodness. Okay, so we got 7 hours there. Drink some water. Get a little bit more fishing going on. Personally, I've not found bait and lures to be a super effective thing to use or make. I haven't found that they exponentially, like, give you better stuff, really. I'm just letting the fish trap sit out there. I'm just hoping to catch another fish here in 6 hours. There we go.
Through silent hills
yes.
of ice and snow, Atheenon creeps with his torch.
Oh, look at me.
The beasts will hunt by scent and sight. Atheenon sleeps to pass the night. When daylight breaks, Atheenon stalks, while the chat continues on with their talk. A howl rings out. Here's the day. Atheenon hopes his shot won't stray.
Hey, Corn Dog, how you doing, buddy? Spooky time. Yes, it is spooky time. Doing good, man. It's been a good day. I had a good night driving last night. Amazing night driving last night. I was able to knock off at 4 o'clock this morning and come home and get some rest, which was very nice. Okay, let's go ahead and get a. Okay, stop filling up. Stop filling up. There we go. Okay, let's get some water made here. Nice start my due job at 5:45 Sunday morning. Nice. Well, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you, Corn Dog. I hope it goes well and you do well with it. Let's go ahead and get that rockfish. Rockfish. Okay. Eat that rainbow trout. This will keep us in vitamin C for a while. Coho. Rainbow trout. I'm gonna eat the rainbow trouts because they're small. The cohos are the big boys. Drop that. There we go. I was hoping that the lures would give us some exotic fish like northern pike or cod. Well, I think you can only catch the burbot fish with a lure, but honestly, all of the special fish, I think the burbot might be the one exception, but all the special fish like the goldeneye and the rockfish, they don't have vitamin C in them. So it's like, well, what incentive do I have to catch one of those? They don't have what I'm looking for in the fish to begin with. So I hope they maybe change that at some point and make it so they do have vitamin C. Because right now it doesn't inspire me to catch the special fish. Now maybe they'll come out with more recipes for special fish down the road. I don't know. I was gonna stick with it for 3 months and then maybe dip back out to the Philippines. Ooh, nice. All right. That is a tip up that went off. Okay. I mean, the tip ups themselves will keep you in fish for a long time. And like I said, the only downside is you get no skill ups from them. You get fish from them, but you get no skill ups. So I'm gonna eat that trout. It's only 200 calories, but you know what? we've now been able to get another 1.1 liters of oil, plus fill our storm lantern up. So we've gotten over 2 liters of oil right now, which is super duper nice. Okay. Rainbow trout. That's a rainbow trout. Let's see, where's the coho? Hey, here, there's coho. That's a rainbow trout. There's a coho. Let's get the cohos out here. Hello, Mr. Coho. Remember before we couldn't, remember when we couldn't rotate things? And you had to literally pick it up and maneuver it around even harder than it is now? Yeah, you had to sit here and go, okay, I picked it up like this, now I gotta move it over here and set it down this way. Then I gotta pick this one up and move it like that. I still do it a little bit here and there because I always forget you can rotate stuff because it's I mean, honestly, it's a relatively new function. It's awesome that they added it into the game because it makes everything so much easier. It makes life so much easier, especially when you want to organize your stuff and things. There we go. Make a little more water here. Whoops. A little more water here. Well, if you do decide to go back to the Philippines, I hope that works out well for you, corn dog. It's beautiful over there, so. Oh, we have another fish. Oh, I have fish here. A rainbow trout here. Got another coho salmon there. Another coho salmon. And another rainbow trout. Why is my rainbow trout not lined up with my coho salmon? That is bothersome. I mean, that's just mismanagement there. The good news is we have a lot of fish out on the ice now. Yeah, I know, darling. You always complain about it being too much. But it never truly is it? Is it? There's another trouty trout. Okay, we got an hour left on that. Oh, look, we can add some coal to it. We can add some coal to it and keep fishing. Keep fishing, my friends. Keep fishing. That's what it's there for. Yes, yes, Americans are given 30 days free visa upon arrival, so I may just do that and come back to the U.S. with a fresh start. No apartment. That sounds like a plan. I mean, at least you get away for a little while. Bop, bop, bop. Come on, give me some fish. I need some fish, baby. Ooh, that was a trout. I don't really need another trout, but hey, that's okay. That's all right. We'll take it. We'll take the trouty trout. And there's another trout. Yay. Okay. Well, that was rather underwhelming, to be honest. Put the fish trap down there. I'm gonna put a trout in here to cook. Wow, that's a lot of breaking of the ice there. That got very, 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 very frozen very quickly. Oh, I think what happened to Corn Dog is he accidentally put a period in between arrival. He put a arrival period so, and it took that as a link and it timed him out. Sorry about that, Corn Dog. I didn't even notice that on my screen. It doesn't show that. I had to look up at the actual Twitch chat to see what was going on because I was like, what? Yeah, Twitch doesn't like it when you put periods and stuff. Twitch is one place I encourage people not to use punctuation. Don't use punctuation on Twitch. It's not. It'll do you more harm than good. It's okay to have bad grammar on Twitch, I guess is what I'm saying. Yeah, all good. Yeah, apartment lease ends August 31st. I think it's a good time to take off. Hey, yeah, I mean, if you have the ability to do that, I would totally be there with you, brother. I mean, that's cool. If you got the ability to do that, I would. I'd be gone. I'd be like, peace out. See you later, suckers. Yeah, but you know, Kenneth, I was hoping that the lures and the bait would give us like faster fishing, or it would give us like you were saying, some rare fish. And I think it does, but it's just like the rare fish aren't really worth catching when it comes down to it. Let's just be honest.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
It's one of those where it's like, okay, I can catch the rare fish, but does it really? What is the advantage to getting that rare fish versus just a regular old fish? And the honest answer is there's not really a huge advantage to it. And in some instances, it's even worse to get the rare fish because they don't have the vitamin C. All right, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish up fishing, finish up fishing. What's our fishing skill at now? I click on that and it takes a second to load. All right, we've got ice fishing. Yeah, look at that. We're less than a third of the way through 3. All of this fishing, and we're only less than a third of the way through 3. Fishing takes so long to level up. So long. There it goes. Okay, let's go ahead and put a trout on there. Hey, Psychotic Deer, how you doing, buddy? Let's eat down a rainbow trout. Let's eat another little rainbow trout. I mean, honestly, this will probably fill us up on vitamin C for quite a while. Hello, Wolfie. Let's reload. Here he comes, boys and girls. Here he comes. Got him. That's the main thing. I just wanted to shoot the damn dude. Oh, there's the bear. Oh, there's the bear over there. That's the bear. There's a bear way off in the distance. Hello, Mr. Bear. Hello, Mr. Bear. Oh, he's like, ooh, I smell you, sir. I might as well see if I can bag the bear, since we got a fire and everything here. I could just shoot him with my gun. Now the nice thing is this hut does protect you a little bit from the bear. Hello. There we go. Hello. He's like, wait till he gets a little closer, then I'll shoot him in the face with my pistol. Okay, we got 8 bears right now, so... This way we can get some more shots in. This is a great way to cheese up your It's a great way to cheese your revolver skill. 'Cause you get a skill up every time you hit them, so. You get that skill up every time. And I have like 90 shells. The one reason I'm doing this, I have like 90 shells at the base. So I'm not too worried about utilizing too many shells. Let's go ahead and break. Oh, actually, let's go ahead and put you down there. Holster you. Got 2 hours and 31 minutes left on that. Excellent. Let's break that. Woo! Let's go. Doing okay. I got some food shopping. Today is 90 and filled my water pouch backpack. Oh, what the heck is that? What the heck are you?
I don't know. What do I look like? I'm an Irish lord. Not an Irish lady, but an Irish lord. Look at me. I'm just so damn wild looking. Huh. I know you like me, but hey, just deal with it, okay? I'm the Red Irish Lord. You know, I invented the Red Wedding. I did.
I don't believe him. I have never seen that. I don't think I've ever seen that fish before. I wonder what it looks like when you drop him. Wow, it actually looks. Oh wow, look at that. It actually looks like him. That is actually pretty cool. I almost don't want to cook him. He's pretty cool looking. He is a lord. I'm gonna cook him anyway. I almost don't want to cook him. I'm gonna cook him anyway. Let's just be honest. I'm cooking his ass. Let's see. How do I have that? Let's check the bears. The bear kill feed. Yeah. See. Let's see. So bears killed. We still have 8. He's gonna take a long time to bleed out if he bleeds out at all. An hour and 47 minutes. Okay, let's go ahead and make a little more water. He is a lord. He is a lord, and a lord is very good. He's a very good lord. Good lord. One more rainbow trouty trout for us. Looks like an eastern coast fish we call a sea robin. Alright, so I think I'm gonna leave the cedar here. A couple of those here. A few sticks here. I'm gonna take that with me. Gotta pick up my traps. Okay, we got a fish. We got a fish there. That's cool. Okay, so I'm gonna leave my traps here as well. Yeah, my traps are almost... These are almost broken anyway, so they aren't gonna last very much longer anyway. You know what? I have not broken a line yet on my fishing tackle. That is actually pretty impressive. I usually at this point have broken a lot more lines. I'm actually pretty impressed that I haven't broke one yet. Eat him down. Drink a little water here. Drink a little agua. Let's check and see if our bear has died yet. I doubt it, but we'll see. Oh, 9 bears. We got a bear out on the ice somewhere, boys and girls. Bear down, bear down. So you know what? We're gonna grab. We are gonna grab all of our fuel and take it with us. We're gonna grab some torches. We're gonna go up to Misanthrope and get ourselves situated. The bear is dead somewhere. I don't know where he's dead, but he's dead out here somewhere. Of course, finding the bear in the dark is always the tricky part. He's just a bear in the dark. One step away from mauling you. Really? You thought that was a good idea, huh? Don't you know I just killed a bear? I just killed a bear. Becky, how you doing, Becky Bender? Hello, hello. Let's climb up here and see if we can see where the bear died. I'm sure he ran all over the place. Went to hell and back for us. Well, the good news is I don't see him out on the ice anywhere out there. He maybe went over to the village. Well, we'll go look around tomorrow. We'll go look around tomorrow and see what's going on. Tonight we're gonna right now, tonight, tomorrow. It's all one day. It's one continuous night. Tomorrow, tonight, whenever. But we're gonna go check it out then. We're gonna check it out after we sleep. Basically, we're in the mode of tomorrow means when we're fully rested. Because there is no tomorrow. It's all nighttime. It's all the night times. Grab these sticks as we go. Because you can never, ever, 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 ever have too many sticks. Our first time to Misanthrope. So he had 3 tornadoes yesterday, well, 2 touchdowns and 1 funnel. Holy mackerel. Oh, look, some free matches. Nice. Nice. I love me some free matches. And they're free because I wasn't expecting them here. That is the epitome of free matches. Spray paint can. Nah, I'm good. All by 6 a.m. Holy mackerel. I'm so glad that I live in Oregon. We don't have tornadoes here. We don't even get blizzards, really. We don't get hurricanes either. We don't get monsoons. We don't get we get a little bit of rain. A little bit of rain. Sometimes it'll flood if it's feeling really cheeky. It'll flood on us for a little bit. Good Lord, is there nothing in this house? Okay, I take it back. There was some meat in the house. Somebody cooked us up a steak before they left. A nice. Oh, look at that. Nice 100% fresh venison. Wow, that's how kind of them. How nice of them. That was very, very kind of whoever did that. Let's grab that torch. We get a lot of them in the Midwest, yeah. We don't get a lot of them out here in Oregon. Oregon's not known for its tornadoes. I mean, we are a little wacky out here, but we are known for our tornadoes, so. The wacky tornadoes don't ever get... Ooh, hey, a box of crackers. Because crackers don't matter, boys and girls. Crackers don't matter. All right, let's grab that. Oh, there we go. We get a little water in here too, which will be nice. Nothing in the drawers, huh? I see. Anything under the bed? Nope. Nope. Toilet water. Yum, 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 yum.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
It is? Well, maybe you should just get stronger. What do you think of that, Astrid? What do you think of them apples? One thing I did not check for that I need to check for is the possibility of a rifle. I don't see one, though. No. Okay. Alrighty, let's get some sleep. Wow, we are super duper tired. Took us a long time to get tired, though. What's our longest fire on this run? I'm just curious. Because I think we probably just put our longest fire out there. Longest burn, 88 hours so far. Our longest one ever was 174 hours. That's a long one. We get lots of rain. You know, it's funny. Oregon overall gets less rainfall, like actual rain, like inches of rain, than some places like Washington and other places around the country, Becky. The thing is, we get it on a more consistent basis throughout the year. So we get more, I'd say we get more drizzle and gray and that sort of stuff than actual like downpour rainfall. I mean, we do get downpour rainfall as well, but we don't actually get inches wise as much as some other places in the country. It's just that we get a lot of it over most of the year, if that makes sense. Would I recommend Bend, Oregon is a good place to live? Bend, Oregon is beautiful. If you like living out sort of like in the not in the city, Bend, Oregon is absolutely gorgeous, corn dog. I mean, I love pretty much any part of southern Oregon, anywhere like Grants Pass, Klamath Falls. There's a lot of places down south that are really, really gorgeous. Okay, let's go ahead and tear down some curtains here. But yeah, we do get a fair share of rain, that's for sure, and we are known for that. But it's funny because we don't actually get like inches of rain more. Like Washington actually technically gets more inches of rain than Oregon, I believe. But they get it in short spurts where they get a lot of it at once, and then the weather's pretty like, yeah, okay. So we just get it all year round, which is why Oregon's so beautiful and green. We don't get it like the redwoods, because down in the redwoods they pretty much have mist every single morning. Every single morning the redwoods have a little mist that comes through and just permeates everything, and it's absolutely wonderful too. So okay, so let's go see if we can find ourselves a bear. It's a little bit on the foggy side. I'm not a big fan of that. Give you guys night vision so you have a little better chance of seeing stuff too. I think we'll head over to the I think we'll head over here. You know, I could go back to Desolation Point and grab up all that fuel I left there. It's not a bad idea. I did leave a lot of fuel in Desolation Point. I killed most of the wolves out here on the ice, so I think we're pretty good. Hear that the Northwest gets those Pineapple Express rainstorms that are brutal. You know, we don't really get that many of those here. This doesn't seem good. This seems like a blizzard coming up. Okay, I'm gonna leave most of the coal here. and that. And most of the sticks here. Grab my pies. Yeah, this feels like a blizzard coming in, but I'm gonna brave it anyway. We're just gonna head straight over this way. Oh, actually, it looks like it might be clearing. Okay, never mind. It seemed like a blizzard, but now it's clearing stuff up. Okay, actually, that blew all the fog away. Interesting. Oh, that's wild. It sounded like it was going to be a blizzard there. I heard the howl coming in. I was like, oh, great. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. I don't see the bear yet. I'd just like to get eyes on. I'm not even looking to harvest him right now. What is that over there? Is that a wolf or is that... I think that's a wolf corpse. Oh, it's a deer corpse. Is that a prop corpse? Wait a second. Is that a prop corpse over here? On the ice? It is. It's a ravaged corpse out on the ice. Interesting. Well, we'll get some feathers from it at least. Wait, is that a cairn up there? Okay. Nice. The story is not yet written. Hello, I'm looking for a bear. I shot a bear like 40 times. He should be over here somewhere. There he is. Okay. We found the bear. He's right on the road here. All right. It's probably too windy to start fires in here. Let's see what's going on. My ECG says my heart is strong and healthy. Oh, that's awesome, Cindy. I'm so happy for you. That is fantastic news. All right, we found Mr. Bear. We got him chopped up. Actually, you know what? Let's just drop the... I wish we had a quick way to drop the travois, but that's okay. Let's deploy that. Put the hide and the guts in there. Put some bags of meat in there. How long we get left on the fire? 2 hours. Let's get a couple honka burning meat. Oh, did that blow my fire down? Yep. Never mind. I was like, well, let's cook up some meat. Nope. Never mind. Let's heat up oh, nope, I don't want to do that. Let's just heat up a cup of coffee real quick. There we go. Yum yums. All right, let's go ahead and Travoy away. Now we just walk this back to the, garage, and we'll be all set. Still clearing your throat a lot, but almost the 2-month mark. Nice. Quitting smoking. Yes, quitting smoking is never a bad choice. Never ever a bad choice. You know, quitting anything that's not healthy for you is a good choice. I mean, be it smoking, overeating, drinking, you know, whatever it is. You know, if you can quit it or moderate it, it's great. Smoking is one of those you can't really moderate, though. You either have to quit or not. And my friend is still struggling with that. She still struggles with that to this day. Hey, Janelle, hello, hello. Now I'm overeating a bit. Yeah, well, unfortunately, you know, it's a thing where you have that compulsion to have, you know, it's a tough thing. You have that compulsion almost to do something else to fill that void that smoking left, which I totally get that. Totally understand that, you know, but small steps, Cindy. You can only do one thing at a time, and it sounds like you're on a good plan. So, yeah, and your morning cough is gone, which there's a big victory right there. That is huge in and of itself. I'm lucky it lasted as long as the carcass harvest. Yes, very, very lucky, Kenneth. Usually a corpse will last about 5 or 6 days if you don't touch it. It may be in low condition towards the end of that, but it'll last 5 or 6 days for you out in the ice, out in the ice and cold. Oh, I am carrying those, so I do have to be a little bit careful. Excuse you, rude. I'm gonna call you rude. Am I setting up safe houses before the DLC drops? No, I'm not. Hi, Mrs. Honeypot! Over on the YouTube side, how you doing? Ogre, how are you, buddy? My dad used gum to avoid the constant eating after he quit smoking. Yeah, the gum can definitely help you out. Well, and the thing is, Cindy, they haven't specifically said that safe houses are coming out in this next update. I mean, they haven't specifically said that yet. You're on holiday in Denmark? Ooh, fun! So, who knows? But, I mean, I set up bases everywhere I go anyway. I mean, this is my base here. I got my base here. Cured guts. All over the place. Yum, 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 yum. Cured hide, cured hide, cured hide. Cured birch everywhere. And some more cured maples. Alrighty, let's go ahead and throw the hides in there. The guttaroos in there. There we go. All right. So, can we fit all this in here? Okay, so that's 1 and 1.2. There we go. Yeah, I've got a lot. I've got a lot of stuff in here. How am I gonna leave this place? How can I leave? There's too much stuff. I wonder how cured guts are used in real life. Well, a lot of times cured guts would be used to make small, like, sinews and stuff. Sorry about the night vision there. So they would break down cured guts, Tala, and they would make things like, they would sew together clothes with them, much like we do. They actually would have to manufacture them and break them down. But you could actually do that with that sort of stuff. You could use guts for that. Well, they also, you know, some cultures stuff intestines with. I mean, they use guts in this in a very loose term. I think of the guts more. The guts in this game, I think of them more as like sinews that you would that you break down and you utilize to make basically thread. Think of it like making thread out of guts. It's sort of like how they make, you know, they take sheep wool and they turn it into threads that you can then, you know, make into clothing. So it's sort of like that, but it could be used to tie stuff together to make it better. Let's grab all that. Let's drop. So, I mean, Native Americans for centuries used every bitty bit part of the bear, you know, the animals they would catch, can't kill. They would use everything on them. They used it all. There was hardly any waste. They would use the bones, the guts, the sinews, the meat, the hides, the teeth, the claws. They would literally use just like 98% of everything off the animal. I don't know if they ever used the blood or not. I don't know if that's something they ever did. Oh, I have the guts. Oh, Jesus. The antlers. Yep, the antlers as well. I forgot. Some are washed thoroughly and used for sausage casings. Yep. That too. Yep, I was going to say, some cultures take the guts and they put stuff in it and eat it. Which sounds a bit gross for me, but hey, you know, that's you know, I'm sure I eat a lot of stuff that people would be like, yeah, that's kind of gross. All right, so let's go ahead and drop these guts here. So yeah, I wouldn't think of. I mean, I don't think of these guts that they're showing us in game as like just pure intestines. I think of it as like these are the sinews and the guts and kind of everything else that comes with it. They're just named guts for convenience. For game convenience. All right, let's go ahead and harvest up this. And I don't care that it takes time to harvest it with my hands. I don't care. Yeah, we have those stuffed guts and turkey. Oh, there you go. Yeah, see, look at that. Look at that. It swapped places. You got to be very careful of that. If you click on a... that's why I usually don't have more than 2 bags. You can accidentally eat raw meat that way. Maybe intestines would sound uglier. Probably. We should start a petition to change guts to funny spaghetti. Oh, Monado Blade. Yeah, we should do that. I don't think they'd go for that. I don't think they'd go for that. I remember when when I was a kid on the farm, we butchered pigs and made our own sausage. I would stay up till 1 a.m. filling sausage casings. Yup. That's how it was done. You know the modding community will do that whenever that's officially launched. There was an episode like that on Rick and Morty. Alright, bye-bye, Mrs. Honeypot. I hope you have a great time in Denmark. Thank you for popping by and saying hi. It was so good to see you, darling. I hope you have a wonderful time in Denmark and have a good rest of your vacation there. Yeah, see how it changed spots once I clicked it? So never ever double click a bag of meat. Because it could suddenly turn you into eating a raw piece of meat, which is not good. Not good in normal circumstances. Really not good if it's a piece of bear meat. Because even at cooking 5, if you eat a raw piece of bear meat, you can get intestinal parasites. Wow, it is really storming out there. So we're gonna do a little bit of maintenance. Okay, so there's the window. There's the locker. Let's just get our bearings here. There's my bed over here. Okay, there's the bed. Okay, so do I have any maintenance I need to do? I do need to, oh, you know what I need to do? Boop-a-da-boop-a-boo. Nope, not that drawer. Although I think I will take out non-hides and guts from that drawer and non-cloth. Yeah, we'll take out the cloth. We'll just make this all hides and guts in that drawer. That, nope. Go up one, there we go. Let's go ahead and leave some cloth here. Oh, I can't leave cloth there. What do I have in this drawer that's so full? Oh, I do have some birch bark teas. I'll take one of those. I do have a few cattails, which is nice. I got some coffees and teas in here. So I got some coffee and tea. I got those cattails. And then I have all my thermosi in here. Let's go ahead and grab out some bullets. There we go. And then let's go ahead and put in these bullet casings. There we are. Got some fuses in there. I got my backup bow. I got some of those. I have a wilderness kitchen book, which is worthless to me. Got a couple sewing kits in there, too. I'm going to keep 2 of those. That's fine. I do have my nice big jerry can now, which is great. It's 1.68. My pry bar is suffering a little bit. We do need to repair that up. I'll put one of those in there. I need to fix up my gun too. All right, clothing, medicines. I found a canister. Yes, this is endless night. There is no daytime for us. Okay, and then I'm gonna throw these matches in there. Oh, those actually stack. That's nice. So I got several boxes in here. I've got 2 stems. I got 3 birch bark teas. Perfect. Okay. And then let's go ahead and throw some cloth in here. Oh, did I have my leather in here? Did I have leather up here? Oh, there's my leathers. I was like, I know I had more leather. There we go. We can throw some leathers in here, too. There we are. Yeah, you were wondering why the day never came? Because it is endless night. We are collecting our dusting sulfurs and stuff as well. Because we will need those eventually. Let's see. Rose hips, I can keep all that. I think we're good. I actually have 2 fire strikers, which is hot. That's freaking awesome. Okay, let's throw that arrowhead in there. We still have 11 more arrowheads in here, which is great news. I love it. And throw those crow feathers in there. We've actually had good, we've actually had some good luck finding arrowheads as well, or feathers for our arrows, which I thought I thought I was going to have major problems finding feathers, but we actually have had pretty decent luck getting them. Yeah, my shooting iron needs a little loving. I shot off a lot of bullets with the Alright, there's our water there, perfect. Alright. Nice. I did shoot a lot of bullets off at the bear. But it was all to get the skill ups. It's all for the skill ups. The skill ups. The skill ups. Stormy, how you doing? Hello, hello. Alright, and where do we stand on our revolver firearm? Yeah, see, we're almost halfway through 4. Almost halfway through 4 now, which is great. Okay, let's go ahead and repair up our little gun here. Repair the shooting iron up. We go from 72 to 80. Oh, wow. So we're getting 8% per clean. So 80%. All right, Tala, have a good one, my friend. We'll see you later on to 88. So, yeah, we're getting 8% per clean now, which is really nice. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. I like it. Okay. And then we need to repair up our hatchet a little bit. But, Tala, you have a great rest of your night and a great day tomorrow. We'll see you later on. Alright, so that is all repaired up now. That is broken, so let's go ahead and let's just throw that in here. Bye-bye. Alright, I'm gonna break down a few more of these torches because I don't need that many of them. And I think we will pop back into Desolation Point real quick and grab some fuel. I'm gonna strip down to a very small amount of gear, so we can pop back, grab a whole bunch of coal and firewood and fuel that we have in Desolation Point. Basically just run in and run back out. And that's our goal. Alright, so I love Stream Long Dark as well. I'm streaming right now. Well, I hope everything's going good for you. Let's see. Let's go ahead and I need to reload that real quick. The old cheat Jeff system will add more gameplay variety to everyone's runs. People will appreciate. Yeah, I think it will too. I mean, I'll probably never use cheat death. I just don't feel it's. I don't feel it's a great. I don't feel it's a great thing for Long Dark as far as like the mechanic itself. I think it will lead to runs not being as permanent. The runs will not have the permanency they do at this moment. So for me, I'll probably never use the cheat death thing, but I know that a lot of people out there really have wanted something like that, and that is totally cool. That is totally cool. I would never deny anybody that at all. So, okay, so let's throw the box of crackers in there too. Let's drop that and that. Okay, the travois I need to put in here. Put the travois in there. Some torches in there. Let's put the gunpowder in there. Let's put the pistol in there. I won't need to sharpen that up anytime soon. Let's put all those in there. Let's go ahead and put the extra whetstone in there. There we go. Now we're starting to cut our weight. I mean, it'll be good. I think it'll be overall good for some people just to be able to, like, you know, be able to get out into the world and explore. Maybe a few more people will try out Interloper, you know, knowing that they only have, you know, knowing that if they die on day 4, they can sort of have another go at it. You know, they are stuck dying on day 4, and then, you know, and then they're like, oh well, I just give up playing this altogether because it's not worth it, you know. So I totally get that. I totally get it. I mean, it's one of those where I think the goal ultimately should be to be able, you know, the goal should ultimately be I'm not going to play with it, but there is I guess the way I look at it is I wish they would have implemented in the game a way for players to have a difficulty level between Stalker and Interloper instead of the cheat death thing. But I mean, I've been pushing for a intermediate level there between the two, because going from Stalker to Interloper is a huge learning curve. It's a very different game going from that to Interloper. It just is. And most people are not prepared for it. Let's just be honest. They need to have another difficulty level between the two, because really, I mean, other than the massive amount of wolves that you encounter on Stalker, there's not a lot of difference between a Stalker run and a Voyager run. It's a little bit colder by a small degree. It's a little tiny bit colder, and there's just a lot more wolves. I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna take a piece of meat. Let's drink some water. There we go. So yeah, I mean, I totally get it, and I'm glad they're adding something like it to the game. Because like you, at first I was kind of like, I do think it ruins a very special thing about the Long Dark, and that is that Long Dark didn't offer you a permadeath a permadeath out before this, which was to me always kind of a selling point of the game, where it's like it was like, hey, this is one of the few games that, you know, a lot of games will give you that hardcore mode as an option, but the Long Dark says it's hard, life is hardcore, you know, get a helmet, you're gonna need it. So that's one thing I really appreciated about Long Dark, is that it had that. Now, with them changing it, I think, you know, I think for people who want it, it's gonna be great. I'm probably not gonna be one of those people. Just, that's what it is. I'm more excited for the new zone and the Cougar and stuff like that to see what happens there. And maybe the cheat, yeah. Well, and I hope that whatever the penalty is, Monado Blade, I hope the penalty is severe. Like, when you cheat death, it's going to be a severe penalty. It'll give you another shot at that same file, but you're going to have some major, you know, setback to it though. Misery mode, I'm so looking forward to it. That's going to be fun. I want to see the new afflictions. It sounds like it's going to be just tough. Of course, guys like One and Only and Perfect Trip, they'll be like, yeah, I got 700 days in misery mode. They'll just bang it out, no problem, probably. But I think it'll be fun. I don't know if it's something I'll play all the time, but I think it'll be fun though. It sounds pretty amazing. It sounds pretty brutal. I could see there's several, you know, when you think about it, there's several things they can turn up for misery mode. They can turn up how much food and water you're consuming. They can turn up how tired you get, how quickly you get tired. They can turn up how you get colder more quickly. They can turn up the number of wolves in it. They you know, just those things, even without these new afflictions that they're talking about, even without those, just by them ramping that stuff up could make all the difference. So very excited to see that. Less clothing, less loot. Yeah, there's lots of stuff they could do in that. Yeah, the first 50 days of Loper's the best anyway. And of course, you know, all of us Ogre who will start playing Misery, we of course are all going to be trying to live as long as we possibly can. And so I think Misery Mode is going to become the new Interloper for Long Dark. It's going to be the one that's going to be the challenge, the one that's going to be like, I live 55 days in Misery Mode. Now, I hope they don't give us... I'm hoping that they don't give us cheat death on Misery Mode. I'm hoping they don't give it to us. That would kind of defeat the purpose of it being misery, but I guess if we get a... you know, a penalty, like a severe penalty for dying, I guess it would be okay. I'm practically immortal in Interloper. I've died in Interloper a couple times here and there. I'm a lot better at Interloper now. I mean, Interloper is pretty relaxing to me at this point. The Dead Man is too stressful. Yeah, Dead Man's too stressful. I like the idea of Misery Ogre mainly because, yes, we're gonna make it difficult on you to survive, but it's not like we can't get health back. It's not like we can't, you know, make teas and get health back. So we're gonna be, it's gonna give us a chance, you know, it's gonna be a tough chance, it's gonna be a slim chance, but we are gonna have a chance at surviving it. So whenever there's a chance, I'm always like, okay, let's see if I can work it so I can get that chance working out for me. I bet you they gave us Misery Mode to appease anyone who'd be unhappy with a cheat death. Well, honestly, to be honest, Kenneth, I sort of knew they were gonna do something like cheat death at some point, because not because I have any inside knowledge, but I had a feeling they would do something like that. I was hoping they wouldn't, but I had a feeling they'd do something like that at some point because The Long Dark is a brutal game, and they want to expand they want to expand the number of people who play The Long Dark as much as they can. And so I get that, you know, that makes it more appealing to, I won't say, I mean, and I'm not meaning this in a bad way, it makes it more appealing to the normie people who are not, like, really heavy into The Long Dark. You know, for somebody who's never played The Long Dark before, it can be a very daunting game to pick up and get into. It was for me when I first started playing The Long Dark 2. It was a very daunting game. There was a lot of stuff to learn, a lot of maps to learn, and there's even more maps now. When I started playing, there was only 6 maps to learn. So now there's like 12, 13, 14, like almost 15 maps or so. But yeah, it's a lot easier once you learn the maps. Once you learn the maps, Long Dark is a lot easier to play. But it takes a long time to learn those maps. You literally have to put in hundreds of hours to learn all the maps. It's not a game that you can sit down and in 60 hours you can know all the maps, you've explored everything, you've seen everything. I have almost 7,000 hours in this game, and I'm still finding out new things I didn't know. I'm still discovering little caches that I never knew were there. So, if you take it all in perspective, it's a chonky game, and that can be intimidating for a lot of people. That can be something that is a little bit daunting, and then you throw on top of that the permadeath mode, and it can be really super daunting because it's like, well, you know, by the time I'm finally figuring out the maps, I'm dead. You know, and so it can be a very, very daunting game. And so, in that sense, I'm glad they put it in. Now, personally, I wish they would only put the cheat death. I wish they would only put that in Stalker, Pilgrim, and Voyager. I wish for Interloper and Misery, the cheat death thing was not in there. I wish they'd be like, okay, you know, we'll give you the option of it in Stalker, Pilgrim, and Voyager, but once you step up to Interloper and Misery, understand it is going to be permadeath at that point. I think that would have been I don't know, maybe that's what they're doing. I've not seen any of the, you know, I've not seen any of the final stuff. You've not seen any of the final stuff. We don't 100% know. So maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe it's going to be only available in the lower difficulty levels. I think that would have been for me, I think that would have been a good compromise, and it would leave Interloper as kind of the dangly carrot of, ooh, once you get into Interloper, you have no choice but permadeath at this point. We'll give it to you in the lower difficulties, but you step it up to Interloper, understand it's now hardcore. You know, and they could even call permadeath, they could even call it something other than permadeath. They could be like, you know, you go up to Interloper and you're now playing hardcore mode or Iron Man mode where you have 1 life. And maybe they'll do that. Maybe they'll get enough feedback from players and be like, yeah, for us, we don't want Interloper to have that in it. Well, and that's the thing, Kenneth. I always encourage people, don't jump right into Interloper. You're not going to have a lot of fun right away. You're going to die over and over and over again, and you're going to be kind of miserable. So you know, hold off playing Interloper until you actually have some experience on the maps. At least know and be familiar with, you know, most of the maps in the game. If you're not intimately familiar, at least know how to get from zone line to zone line in most of the maps. You know, that's good enough. Okay, I'm gonna leave this firewood here. There we go. Leave that here. But I have a feeling, I don't know, I have a feeling it's going to be an Interloper as well, which makes me a little sad, but the only way I was able to survive Interloper is having one screen on my game and the other on an AdVod showing me where to go. Here's where you go. You got to go around this corner here, do this. Hey, I'm right there with you. I watched we got some coal respawn. Oh, very, very, very nice. I'm right there with you. I watched a lot of Kimioda, a lot of Lexi W, Shardul back when he was streaming. I watched a lot of him. I watched a lot of other people to kind of get familiar with how the game worked, see some of the tricks and the stuff that people use to survive for long periods of time. I played a lot of Voyager. I played 100 days to in Voyager. I played up to 100 days in Stalker, and then I jumped into Interloper. And honestly, 100 days in each of those was not prep enough for surviving an Interloper. It just was not. I thought it would be. I had no idea. Because it was not anywhere close. It's just that there's so much to this game. I mean, you can even once you've learned the maps, there's so many little things you can do to extend your life. Like just you know, always making sure that after that first fire you light, until you get to fire making 5, you never, ever, ever use a single match to ever light a fire again. You always have a torch. You always use a torch to light a fire. You always grab another torch off the fire so that you have a good torch to light fires all the way up until you get fire starting 5. Yeah, after that first fire, you never, ever want to be starting a fire without using, you know, just using a match, because it's a waste of matches. Just a little thing like that, which is not something the game ever goes into. The game never really tells you about any of that. You just have to kind of learn that on your own. I'm going to take that with me, and I'm going to take a stick with me. I'm going to leave those here. And those are little things that you know you just can't pick up just playing the game. I mean, you might figure it out here and there. You might figure out some of it, but there's a lot of little tricks that you can learn from watching other people, picking their brain on how they utilize, you know, the tiny T's, the lighting fires with torches, making sure that you have the right clothing in your outer positions compared to your inner positions, that sort of stuff. So. I do have a playlist of videos for getting started. Now, some of those are a little bit outdated, Fire Monkey Rob, because, and I think once this new update comes out, I'm gonna need to go back and do some like 10-day starts in different zones, because some of this stuff has changed now. The guaranteed matches like in Forlorn Muskeg are very hard to find. Yeah, chaining torch is not something necessary on Stalker. Well, and there's a lot of things that you do on Stalker that are things that you don't do on Stalker that affect you a lot on Interloper. Like on Stalker, there is no imperative to pick lots of cattails. There's no imperative to pick rose hips and mushrooms, because you find antibiotics and even old man beard. You find antibiotics, antiseptic, painkillers, food. You find it everywhere. But on Interloper, if you're not picking every rose hip, every mushroom, every birch bark, every cattail, if you're not picking all that stuff up, you are missing out on a huge amount of supplies that you're gonna need down the road. Because if you're depending on man-made food to make it, you're not gonna make it, because there's not enough man-made food on Interloper to last you for that long. And the other thing too with Interloper is that a lot of people on Stalker, Pilgrim, and Voyager, they will camp out in a zone for a long period of time. Well, the problem with that on Interloper is that you can't really do that. You have to keep moving, otherwise you die. Movement is very, especially in the early game. Later in the game, you can start camping out in zones and be okay. But early in the game, you need to be moving, because if you're not moving, you're dying. Okay, so we got an extra revolver here. What's my weight right now? You know, I'm gonna take that and that. I'm gonna grab 3 bottles of water. I'm gonna take my scrap lead, because we are gonna be utilizing that. I totally forgot about that. And yeah, I'm gonna take the moose meat and the venison.
Anything.
Actually, I think I might leave the venison here just as a... I'm gonna actually leave the venison here just as something I can pick up on my way back. Let's eat that moose meat as well, or the wolf meat there. And then we'll drop that as well. So yeah, there's just a lot of differences, and that's why I've always wanted them to put a difficulty level between Stalker and Interloper. Make it like a Stalker. Make it like a Stalker in the sense that maybe you can find the knife and hatchet. You don't have to forge for that. But make like have no weapons in the game, so you have to make your weapons. But it gives you a little bit of an advantage, and maybe make it like have a loot setting between Stalker and Interloper, and a beginning loot between Stalker and Interloper. So maybe you start with slightly better clothing, but beyond that you don't get a lot, and you start with no bedroll. Maybe you start with like 3 paper matches or something like that, to sort of get you in the idea that your matches are very limited, and that you can't, you'll need to go hunting for matches immediately. There's things they could do that could give you that kind of Interloper experience with a little bit of a safety net. And then, of course, turn the wolf aggression up, turn the wolf smell up, make the wolves hit harder, put less of them in the game, like is in, make the wolves like Interloper wolves, make the weather like Interloper weather. But give people a little bit more gear, a little bit more starting stuff available to them. Maybe have a setting between Interloper and Stalker where there's some of the clothing options are there a little bit more. I think though that if they did a setting between Stalker and Interloper, it would be good for them not to have any of the clothing that is better than the crafted clothing in the game. Because you need to encourage people to craft that clothing. Because that's the other thing too, is that in Stalker, there is no incentive to craft any clothing whatsoever. Why would you? You can get better clothing that's lighter and has better warmth and better protection than pretty much any of the clothing you can make in Interloper. So what incentive do you have to make any of that clothing? You have none. Other than having it as kind of a flex, you don't really have any incentive to do it. Once you've got a couple expedition parkas, a couple ski pants, I mean, you don't need to be making any skin clothing in Stalker, Pilgrim, or Voyager. So it would be nice if they eliminated most of the clothing that is better than crafted, which honestly, I've always been of the mindset that crafted clothing should be the best clothing in the game. That's just my opinion. I always think the crafted stuff should always be better than the found stuff. In some aspect. Maybe just have it better in warmth. I mean... Hey, Radio Man, how you doing? Have a nice evening. I went to the new airfield area, but there is also some new mine area, right? Is it a fun area? Yes, the new mine is quite extensive, Radio Man. It actually is very extensive. You'll also need to be doing the Signal Void quest. You'll need to be doing the Signal Void to be able to actually take advantage of it. Buried Echoes specifically. So you'll have to be doing the Buried Echoes quest to take full advantage of that mine in the zone of contamination. But it is very extensive. It's very, very large. Now we have a whole bunch of wood on us again. 26. Oh yeah, we got a whole bunch of fuel again. Yay! But it is very worth it. It's a wonderful new area. I mean, Forsaken Airfield alone, Radial Man, is humongous. I mean, it is larger in Forsaken Airfield. It's like 2.5 times the size of Pleasant Valley. Easily. It always seems like you're very close to getting wherever you're going, but you're miles and miles away from it. It's kind of daunting. But it makes it a fun zone. Especially with the new bedroll. So what's the incentive for anyone on Stalker to get anything other than the bearskin coat and the moose satchel? Yeah, the moose satchel is really... Well, and even then, Kenneth, on Stalker, you can go to...
Power in the verse can stop me.
Hey, thank you, Green Trope, for the follow. On Stalker, you can go... And Stalker, Pilgrim, and Voyager, you can go to the smoke signal in Hush River Valley and get a free moose hide satchel. So what incentive do you have to even get one? And, you know, the new bedroll, I mean, the improvised bedroll, there's no reason to make a bearskin bedroll anymore in the game, in my opinion. In my opinion, the bearskin bedroll, unless they nerf this bedroll and make it way more, or they make the bearskin bedroll way less, or they add warmth to the bearskin bedroll, there is no need to have the bearskin bedroll in your inventory. It just weighs too much. It's 3 kilos compared to 1.1 kilos. And it makes it sad. I hope they do something with the bedrolls to make the bearskin bedroll great again. Because right now the bearskin bedroll, I wouldn't waste my time on it. It's just not worth it. Listening for the Wolfie boys. I don't hear the Wolfie boys. But maybe they'll rebalance it down the road. I mean, I love the improvised bedroll. I think it's a great idea. It gives the ptarmigan down something you can do with it, so... But yeah, basically you have your basic bedroll, which is 5-degree warmth when it's 100%. It's 5-degree warmth that weighs 1 kilo. You have your improvised bedroll that's 8-degree warmth, and it only weighs 1.1 kilos. And then you have your bearskin bedroll that's 12 degrees warmth bonus, but it weighs 3 kilos. So it weighs 3 times as much as pretty much the regular and the improvised bedroll, and it only gives 4 more degrees of warmth to you over. And by the time you can make the bearskin bedroll, you probably have good enough clothing that you could sleep in a cave with just a regular bedroll anyway. Let's just be completely honest. By the time the bearskin bedroll even comes into the picture, you probably have double bearskin coats. You're able to sleep in a cave anyway, just with a regular 5-degree bedroll. So, no big deal. And thank you for subscribing over on the YouTube side, Green, as well. I appreciate that as well, my friend. Improvised insulation also makes the ear wraps obsolete. Yes. The improvised insulation is this here, and it does make the ear wraps pretty much obsolete because it's a 2-degree warmth. Now I always wear the moose hide satchel on the outside because the moose hide satchel is a damage sponge. It just absorbs damage like crazy. A bear will maybe knock it down to 69-70% at most. A wolf will maybe knock 10% off that, where a wolf or bear would just literally shred the ear wraps or the improvised insulation. So yeah, the improvised insulation and the ear wraps I always wear on the inside. They should make the bearskin bedroll warmer by using improvised bedroll and bearskins to make it. I mean, if they made the bearskin bedroll like 15 degrees, I would use it. If they made it a 15-degree warmth bonus, I'd be like, okay, I'll sign me up for that. I can do that. Okay, there's a dead deer here. Grab his feathers if we can. Give you guys night vision. Sorry about that. There we go. They either need to make the bearskin bedroll warmer or lower it. If they lowered the weight of the bearskin bedroll by a kilo, if they made it 2 kilos instead of 3, I would probably go for it again. But maybe even then, I don't know if I would. The main problem with the bearskin bedroll is it takes bearskins to repair. And I like my bearskins for my bearskin coats. Hey, Triple Wood, how you doing over on the YouTube side? So that's the biggest problem with it, even more than the weight or anything like that, is that it takes those bearskins to not only craft it, but to maintain it. And you can repair a bearskin bedroll all the way from 50% up to 100, but you gotta remember that once the bearskin bedroll gets to 50%, you're only getting 6 degrees of warmth out of it. So you have to take into account that when the bearskin bedroll gets down to its minimum, that you can repair it back up with 1 bearskin, it is already 2 degrees colder than an improvised bedroll, which only takes some cloth and ptarmigan down to repair. So you can really only let the bearskin bedroll go down to about 75% before it becomes worse than a improvised bedroll. So taking that into account, your bearskin bedroll, you're gonna have, if you use it a lot, you're gonna have to repair that bearskin bedroll pretty consistently and have a lot of bearskins hanging around to do it. It's just the math overall just does not work out on the bearskin bedroll. It just doesn't. 15-degree bedroll, then you get into the problem that you're making Loper less than it was. Exactly. And see, that's the other argument. And see, that's where they fall into a problem. That's why I think instead of warmth, I think they should lower it down in weight. Because you're basically taking 2 bearskins, I think it's 2 bearskins, and making 2 kilo bearskins into a 3 kilo bedroll. If they made the bearskin bedroll, say, 1.5 kilos, people would be like, ooh, for an extra 0.4 kilos, I get an extra 4 degrees. See, that would be the incentive I would have to do it. If they made it 1.5 kilos, I would probably do it. More than that, probably not. What's our weight right now? 50? 52? Okay, we'll take one guy back with us. I think it'd be cool if you could find hibernating hedgehogs, small amount of meat, use the spikes as needles for cloth repair. Well, I've been, for a long time, Mega, I have been a advocate for them adding more trapping into the game. I think it would be really cool if you had non-huntable animals that you could trap. outside of rabbits and now the fish, of course. But I think it'd be really cool if you could look around, if they'd have signs of, say, rodent activity, beaver activity, fox activity, badger activity, hedgehog activity, and you could set specific traps up near those areas, and when you went back, you could actually get a trapped animal, which would just be something you would pick up. It wouldn't be something you could hunt at all. And from that, you could get either hides or meat or more guts. But you could basically, you could have more animals that were available to you. And I think that would be really, that'd be a really cool way to introduce more crafting recipes and more animals into the game without adding anything else we'd have to hunt. And then on top of that, add in a trapping skill. So every time you trap an animal, you get a trapping skill up. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to craft better traps that catch better animals. So basically you start out being able to trap rabbits. After you trap a certain number of rabbits, you can skill up in your trapping skill, and you can now make traps for hedgehogs. And once you've trapped enough hedgehogs and rabbits, you skill up again, and you can make traps that will catch, say, muskrats and something else, you know. So basically, every time you skill up, you get basically the opportunity to make a better trap to catch bigger stuff. You know, up to the point where you can start making traps for larger animals. And I'm not talking about making traps for bears or anything like that, but you know what I mean. You could then make traps that would trap, say, a badger, or trap a a wolverine or something. You know, you could basically step your way up over time, and over time you would have better and better traps that you could lay out there. And that would be kind of cool. I mean, I would totally be down for that. Yeah, the feed for rabbit catcher is pretty much useless. Yeah, it's not that great. If we're just being honest. Okay, so let's grab our gear here. This is all our gear. There we go. Bam. So yeah, I mean, I've been advocating for something like that for a long time. Now, will they ever listen to me? Probably not. But I've been advocating for some sort of trapping thing for a while. I mean, I'm very happy to see the fish traps. The fish traps are amazing, don't get me wrong. I love that they added fish traps into the game. But I would love to see them do some sort of trapping skill that we could actually have. That would make me super duper duper happy. Grab our pry bar. Okay, so we have an extra, we have two flare guns now. I'm gonna throw those in there for the moment, and the revolver I'm just gonna put on the desk. It's a crappy revolver, but hey, it's the revolver I have. There we go. Drop that. So yeah, I have some ideas. I have some ideas for how they could improve a few things. And make some really cool stuff. I mean, I've been a big advocate of that for a long time. I've been a big advocate of them adding in, and I think I'm encouraged by seeing the improvised bedroll is sort of what I have envisioned for a long time, of letting us take other hides or other things. In this case, maybe it would be more ptarmigan down centric, since they already have that in place. But being able to take crafted clothing and add other hides or materials to that crafted clothing to modify it. So say you have a bearskin coat and you want to modify it. And you're like, you know, I would really like my bearskin coat to have a little more windproof. So for windproof, you have to add some wolf hides to the bearskin coat. You have to add a wolf hide to it, and that'll make it a degree more windproof. If you add 4 or 5 rabbit skins, you could give it another degree of warmth. If you add a moose hide to it, you can give it 10% more waterproofness. Now, the downside of that is when you repair a bearskin coat, you now have to have not only the bearskin and the guts, but you have to have something that represents the other things you've done to it. So if you put rabbit hides on it, if you repair it from now on, you have to have a rabbit hide, a bear hide, and some guts. If you made it more waterproof, or windproof, you would have to have a wolf skin, a bear skin, and some guts. A little scrap metal, you could add some scrap metal to get a few degrees, a few percentage more of protection from it. Or you could just add you could add deer skin to get more protection. Now, of course, that'll come with the downside of what you have to, repair it with, and it will let you modify it only once, but you could modify it for warmth, windproof, waterproof, or protection. And so you could basically, as an interloper player, you would probably make most of your stuff more warm. You would want warmth over everything. And maybe make it so that you can only wear modified clothing. The only place you can wear modified clothing is in the outer slot. So you could only modify a coat, your outer pants, your boots, your gloves, and your hat. So there would only be 5 items that you could wear. You could modify as many as you want, but you could only wear one modified item per slot. So you could only wear one modified in your head, one in your hand, torso, legs, and feet. So you could have a max of 5 modified items. So at most, you could maybe modify your clothing to have 5 degrees extra warmth, 5 degrees extra waterproof or windproof, maybe 20 to 25% more waterproof, and maybe 5% more protection or something like that. It would give you a little bit of customization in the game. You could customize your run to what you like to play with, which would be totally cool. You could be more tanky, you could be more warm, you could be more waterproof, depending on what you want. The other thing I would love to see them do, hi Gaming for Life, the other thing I'd love to see them do is take away the accessory slots altogether and give each area its own accessory slot. Have a head accessory, a torso, legs, feet, and hands. And there would only be certain items that you could put in each of those. Like the moose-hide satchel, you could only attach to your torso or your legs. You couldn't put it in your head, hand, or feet slot. The improvised insulation, you could put in any slot you want. Of course, the crampons, you could only put in your feet. The head slot, you could only put the ear wraps. The ear wraps could only go in the head slot. The hands, you could maybe they could come out with a new accessory for the hands. Who knows? But like the tool belt, you could only put that on your leg slot. The torso slot, you could only put the police vest on your torso slot. Something like that. Or you could, and so it'd be cool if they gave us more accessory slots, because we have a lot of accessories in the game now. Back in the day, we only had the head wrap. The head wrap is the OG accessory. That was the only thing we had. Now we have that. We have the improvised insulation, the crampons, the moose-hide satchel, the ballistic vest, the tool belt. We have all these options, but we have nowhere to put them. And it would be cool if we had more accessory slots that we could put stuff in. It does unbalance the game a little bit as far as maybe make it so you can only equip one improvised insulation total. You can't put improvised insulation in everything. You can only put improvised insulation, say, in the hand slot. Make that the only place you can put improvised insulation, because hands don't really have something. So maybe improvised insulation, it's only a hand slot item, and that's it. Until they maybe come out with a hand accessory at some time. I don't know. I can't think of what they'd come out for your hands for an accessory, but maybe make it so improvised insulation can only be used in your hand slot. And then the head slot, you could have the ear wraps there. The foot slot, you would have available for the crampons. You can put the satchel, like I said, in either slot here. You could put the ballistic vest in your torso slot. The tool belt in your leg slot. Or you could maybe even use the tool belt in torso or legs. Because I guess you could sling it across your shoulder like a bandolier or something. And then down the road, if they do what I really want them to do, and come out with a craftable quiver for our arrows, which would make our arrows weigh less, maybe that would be a torso or leg slot accessory as well. It would allow them to bring in some other accessories that don't necessarily give us warmth or anything, but they give us an advantage. Like the moose hide satchel gives us no warmth, no windproof, nothing like that. It gives us 5 extra kilos of carry weight. If they had a craftable quiver, if we could take a moose hide and make a quiver out of it, and it would specifically do what the tool belt does, but it would make our arrow ammunition weigh less, that would be awesome. And it would maybe give us a quicker draw, maybe a quicker reload on the arrows. Arrows would reload quicker as well with a quiver accessory. Hinterland, please listen to me. I've got some good ideas for your game. I got some ideas, man. I got some ideas. Some things I would love to see. But yes, customizing clothing is something I've wanted to have for a long time. I think it would make, and I think if we had the ability to customize crafted clothing, then on even lower difficulty levels, people would be encouraged to make that clothing because they could customize it to be better than the man-made clothing. So it would give an incentive like they have with the well-fed bonus. It would give us an incentive to do something on the lower difficulty levels. Because let's be honest, on the lower difficulty levels, there is no incentive to make crafted clothing at all. That's why a lot of people get to Interloper and they're like, all I got is this crappy, coat, and all I got are these crappy shirts and the crappy underwear, and all I can get is like work boots and wool mittens. I mean, how am I supposed to survive if I only have 12, 15 degree warmth bonus? It's like, well, I'm rocking almost a 30 degree warmth bonus because I've made all the clothing. I've got double bearskin coats, so I'm rocking 10 degrees or 12 degrees just off of those. So yeah, I've thought of posting stuff on the Long Dark forum. I just not a forum kind of guy. I'm not a forum kind of dude, so. But, maybe that's something for their next, update. Maybe when they do another DLC, wouldn't it be cool if they made a clothing trapping DLC where they revamped the clothing, they revamped trapping, they added all those trapping things that we talked about in. I would pay money for that. If they made it, and if it was just like a $10 DLC, a $10 clothing and trapping revamp DLC, I'd be like, yes, please, give it to me now. Give it to me now, make me happy. I would hand over my money to him right away. I'd be like, here, take my money, please. But there's more of a chance for them to see it. Yeah, well, I could also just email. I do have some connections over there. I could just email them if I wanted to. Which I've actually thought of. I just need to get all my thoughts in a row. I need to get my thought presses my thoughts going, Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like I wouldn't want it all to be a DLC, but you know what? If they're gonna keep adding stuff to the Long Dark, they need to do some of it as DLCs. I mean, they just need to. I mean, they otherwise the Long Dark is not viable for them anymore, and they'll just stop giving us stuff. I mean, look at all the stuff we got for free from 2017 when I started to present day. I mean, when I started playing in 2017, there were 6 zones in the game, and that was it. And now there is over double that. So just in that alone, we've gotten so much out of the game for free. All right, we are going to go to Jackrabbit Island. Jackrabbit Island, ho! And for me, it's one of those things where, I don't mind giving hints. Is it really gonna start a blizzard right now? I need some fuel. I forgot about fuel. We need to grab a little bit of fuel. Is it really gonna start a blizzard right now? I mean, I don't want to see them come out with $20 DLC one right after the other. But if they made it like a $5 or $10 DLC for some stuff, I'd be like, okay, I don't mind. And you know, eventually they could wrap it into, you know, they could wrap it into the game or whatever. Okay, so there's that. There's my coal. Let's grab some coal. Grab a few coal there. Let's grab a few reclaimed wood, a few coal. Okay, we're good there. Well, and that's the thing. It's not like, for me, Phobic, it's not like it's a big AAA studio that's coming out with the game. And, you know, and that's the thing, like, a game like Stellaris or Civilization 6, or even like The Sims, I mean, those games have hundreds of dollars of DLCs you have to buy if you want to play the full game. Long Dark has literally one DLC. And you buy the base game and the DLC, and you're still paying less than the base game of most AAA games. You know, it's like you're still paying less than most AAA games cost out of the gate with no DLCs at all. And for me, I look at the thousands of hours I've gotten to enjoy and play this game, and I'm like, another $5, $10, I'll give it up to them. I've gotten so much out of this game, enjoyment-wise, streaming content-wise, everything. I mean, for the hour for money ratio with Long Dark is so much compared to a lot of other games that I've spent 30, 40, $50 on, played it for 40 hours and been like, well, that was the game. You know, the replay, I think that's one thing that the Long Dark has a very unique amount of, is the replayability. You know, the way that you play the game, some of the mechanics that you go through don't change from game to game, but every single game you play of the Long Dark is its own beast. It's its own adventure. Even though the zones don't change, the mechanics that you need to survive don't really change, but how you approach each game is subtly different every single time. And I think that's what makes the Long Dark so unique, is that you can play it over and over and over again and really not get that bored with it if you give yourself some little challenges. You try out some new things. You go and explore a new zone. You try to become more familiar with a different zone. You do a mapping run. You do I've heard of people doing I got an itch right on my shoulder. I've heard of people doing a run where they try to get every cairn in the game, or every buffer memory in the game, which would take hundreds of hours to do that. Well, you know, Green Taupe, the thing is that you have to remember, when this game was originally kickstarted, it was kickstarted as a story mode game. And that was the original vision and intent behind the game, was story mode. And then when they released the Mystery Lake to the general public as a test zone, they never imagined that the survival mode of the game would be as popular as it was. And so I give them big props for shifting their focus even that much to be like, okay, survival's way bigger than we thought it was going to be. Let's go ahead and make a lot of the game about the survival mode now. Because they could have easily said, well, no, that's just what it is. We're going to stop that after a while. But they leaned into it, and they gave us survival mode, which became survival mode became bigger than the original vision of the game. And for Raph to, as a visionary, as a creative, for him to be able to be humble enough to go, hey, my vision is for this to be a survival mode game, but I get that people love my vision is for it to be a story mode, but I get that people love survival mode, so I'm gonna let it be what it is. You know, for him to switch his vision like that and allow it to change, that's a big deal for a creative, because creatives are very focused, hyper-focused on, you know, what their vision is, and it probably took him a little while to change his mind on it. But the survival mode became larger than what they originally envisioned. And honestly, survival mode is bigger than the story mode at this point. The thing is, though, that they promised with the Kickstarter to include survival mode with the Kickstarter. So, as we said, he adopted a second baby, exactly. He adopted a second baby. But they committed themselves with that Kickstarter to do the story mode. And so they have to get the story mode done. For everybody who originally backed the Kickstarter, for everybody who back in the OG days bought the game as a, as the complete thing, they promised they would get the story mode done, and they have to fulfill that promise because of it being in the Kickstarter. And so that's what that's why they're putting so much focus on it. I have a feeling once the story mode is kind of officially done, they will no longer support anything with story mode. The story mode stuff will kind of go bye-bye. I mean, they aren't going to continue it or anything like that, I have a feeling. Because survival mode is what most people play. Story mode is kind of a one and done. You play it, you're done with it, you're good to go. Story mode's that way. Survival mode you can play over and over and over and over again, and that's where it's really at. And honestly, they're working on other games right now. They've come out and said that they're working on new games at the moment, different survival games. If they take the base stuff they have in Long Dark and apply it to a wider, broader survival game, a different survival experience, I'm totally there for it. Excuse me, there's 2 fish here. 1 fish, 2 fish. Red fish, blue fish, 3 fish. Really? There was 3 fish there. 3 coho salmon sitting right on the beach. Wow. Okay, let's drop that. Let's eat one of those. We're still overweight, but that's okay. Wow, that's a lot of fish. That's a lot of fish. Holy mackerel. Well, holy salmon. Yeah, story mode's a good way to learn the maps. Story mode has its own downsides as well, though, because story mode equips clothing for you automatically, which I don't like. Story mode has a fully interactive map where you can actually see where you are on the map, which I don't like. So there's a few things about story mode that will kind of throw you once you get into survival mode and you go, where's my map? Why can't I see where I am? And story mode only covers certain maps as well. Excuse you. Excuse you, puppers. Excuse you. I'm actually gonna shoot at you. Yeah, bugger off. Bugger off, buddy. I also played 200 hours of survival, then played through Wintermute. Well, and that's the thing, too. In this type of game, story mode should be a tutorial, not much else. Well, and that's what it is. I often, now story mode and survival are 2 separate entities. Before, when they were one entity and you bought it all together, I would often tell people, well, start playing in story mode and kind of get the basics of the game down, and then start playing in Pilgrim or Voyager, depending on, how hard you found story mode, and, go from there. And now that they're separate, I recommend people starting with like Voyager or Pilgrim, depending on their comfortability level of playing survival games, and going from there, moving up from there. Started playing the game when there was no story. I did as well. I started playing in February of 2017, which was, what was that, about a year before story mode came out? Or was that less than a year before it came out? When did it, I think it released in, it was August. Was it August of 2017 or 2018 that it released? It's a Karen, we're gonna touch it. Just put it in a box. What's in the box? About a year or so, okay. How many more calories you use when not stopping while opening containers? Like if you... Got him. Jeez Louise, he came out of nowhere. And inside we go. Woo! So how many more calories you use when not stopping while opening containers? Like if you stand, you have 1 arrow down while moving 2 arrows down. Is it even worth taking notice? Not really, no. It's not really worth taking notice of it. To be honest, Evangelist, it's really not really worth taking notice of it. You lose calories one way or the other, and honestly, I don't to be honest, I never have a problem with food in the game. I know food can be a major issue for a lot of people. I never really have a lot of problems with food in the game, to be honest. It just never really is an issue. Let's just put it that way. Once you move, and mainly that has to do with you got to utilize your cattails. You got to really utilize cattails a lot, and you really have to utilize just the hunting. You need to skin a lot of deer corpses. You harvest the deer corpses you find. You take rabbits that you find, and if you use rabbits effectively, you do want to eventually skin some rabbits and use their hides and guts. But a lot of times, early game, you just take the food from them and that's it. Because early game, if you're actually skinning the rabbit completely and taking not only the meat but the hides and the guts, you're basically using as many calories to skin the rabbit completely as you get out of the rabbit. So it's a net zero that you get out of it. So you generally want to not do that. You want to just take the meat in the beginning and call it good. Now, deer is a different thing for me. I always skin the entire deer, take the guts, because you usually will get more calories from a deer than you're going to actually utilize in doing that process. So deer is a net positive, rabbits are a net negative. Now, like I said, though, you will want to, at some point, if you have a chance, you'll want to get some rabbit hides and guts, because you'll want to, especially on Interloper, you're going to need 7 rabbit hides. So at some point, you'll want to get those, because you'll want to make the rabbit hat and the rabbit gloves. I personally would make the rabbit gloves first, which only takes 4 hides and 2 guts, because if you get the aviator cap, you now have a cap that is as good, if not better, than the rabbit cap. Because the rabbit skin cap gives you 2 and 1.5 and 30% and 4, where the aviator kit gives you 2, 30% and 4. So it actually gives you a ½ degree extra of windproof, and it only takes leather to repair it. So you get a ½ degree better, and it takes leather instead of rabbits. So I would make the gloves. The gloves are the best you can get in the game on Interloper. The hat, if you can find an aviator hat, I get it. If you can't find one right away, you could wear double wool toques. I mean, they aren't bad. If you wear double wool toques, you got a pretty good item in and of itself too. So you don't necessarily have to make the rabbit hat to survive. You get pretty decent toques in the game. So let's make a little bit of water since we're out here. But it's little things like that that you don't really, you just kind of stumble into over time. $13 minutes, a minute. Let's grab that, and that, and that, and that, and grab a couple torches off of here so we can look around inside. Cappy, how you doing? The main thing to do in Interloper, especially though, is you got to utilize all the resources around you. Grab all the rose hips. Grab all of the... Oh, actually, speaking of rose hips... No, I don't have enough. Grab all the rose hips. Grab all the mushrooms. Craft up everything you can with those. Because every tea that you make, you get a skill up for. And that gets you closer to cooking 5, which is very important for Interloper. Getting to cooking 5 is very, very important. And the other thing to do is make sure you pick all your cattails. And then you also want to drink your teas down to little bitty bites. You want to make sure you drink your teas down so you get your calories and your water off of them early. And then you can get your medicine from them later on when you actually need it. Because you can get about 90 calories per tea without the tea going bye-bye. I do have one regret today. I forgot to buy the most amazing Danish summer dish today. Oh no! Cappy, I'm so sorry. Well, get it tomorrow. Hey, we got some chips. It's so funny to me how I play Long Dark and go watch you play Long Dark. Hey, a lot of people do. The Long Dark community is definitely a very close-knit community. I mean, all of us Long Dark streamers, we kind of have a lot of the same crew that are watching us. You know, we promote each other. We help each other out. We share a lot of the same audiences, so... And it's fun, you know, and the thing I always like about watching other players who play the Long Dark as well is everybody has their own play style. Everybody's play style is kind of different, unique, and there's some things I go, oh, I never thought of doing that. There's other things I'm like, oh, I would never do that. But, you know, through it all, everybody has their own way of surviving, which, as I've always said, it doesn't matter how you survive in the Long Dark. If you're living for one more day, you're doing it right. If you're dying, then, you know, you're obviously not doing it right. But if you're living for another day in the Long Dark, you're doing the right thing. It doesn't matter how you're doing it. And that's the thing is, like, I don't say my way. There's no quote unquote right or wrong way to play. How I play the Long Dark, if somebody else doesn't play the Long Dark that way, that's totally cool. They can play the Long Dark however they want, and as long as they're surviving, good on them. It's really funny going to a new Long Dark streamer in the communities. You just encounter the same people. Oh yeah, you'll encounter a lot of the same people in every community in the Long Dark. You really truly will. Is there going to be an Aurora outside? I bet there is. Yep, we have an Aurora, boys and girls. Nice. You know what that means. We've got free range to repair our clothing inside now. We love Auroras. We love them. It's the one time of the year we can do things indoors. I keep bumping into Fleet Machines specifically. Oh yeah, you'll bump into several of the same people in other streams all the time. Meanwhile, me always climbing down of any edge or rope climbing game. Exactly. You know, but as long as you're surviving it, who cares? Climb down everything. Have fun. Do it all. Do I ever sleep and dream about Long Dark? No, not really. Not really. I don't think I've ever had a dream about the Long Dark that I can think of. All right, we have a fishing book, boys and girls, and we're going to attempt to read it. I'm going to attempt 5 hours. I doubt we'll get all 5 hours. But we're going to attempt it. Yep, it's too dark now. Okay. That's all right. We got a lot of it done. We only have how many hours left to go? We only got 3 hours left. No, we only have 2 hours left to research it. That's great. I will refill my lantern real quick. I have that little bit of lantern oil that I got off those coho salmon. Yeah, I got almost like 0.7 liters off that little bit of coho salmon. That's pretty awesome. Next time Atheenon has a dream, it's a Long Dark wolf doing the can-can. He's doing the can-can. Watch out, that wolf's on the can-can roll. Now, there is a place I want to drop down to right behind Misanthrope here, or Jackrabbit Island here, because there is a possibility that there is a... let's just use our lantern. Might as well. There's the possibility of a fire striker behind this island. It's probably not there, but, I mean, why not take a look, you know? You know what I'm playing? Gonna leave that fish here. Leave all my smelly stuff here. At least we can see for a little distance. That's nice. Some new stuff washed up on the beach. More coho salmon. Good lord. Cattail. Is that a birch? I think that's a birch. I haven't given you guys night vision. Oh god. Okay, get me off of there. So we got another coho salmon. I was gonna leave him like here. I don't want to carry him. We'll come back that way, so I'm not too worried about it. That little area right there is a nice little nook for wash-ups on the beach. Again, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I think they need to nerf the... Yeah, there's no body here. Sometimes there will be a body here that will have a tool by it. Usually a fire striker. Nope, he's not down here right now. The wolves in this game are so lucky they can't be captured or tamed. Otherwise, there would be several streamers taming them and trying to dress them. Yes, there probably would. Like if they made if they make 2 more DLCs to make this first one, make this one free, or I don't know, maybe that'd anger people. Well, there's always been a, you know, the thing that a lot of companies do anymore, Phobic, is that once they come out with multiple DLCs, they'll do some, you know, instead of making it free, they'll give it 80% off. You know, they'll be like 80% off the DLC. You gotta buy the base game, but you get 80% off the DLC, you know, when you buy it. Or they'll bundle it, you know, they'll do a bundle type thing. So there are ways to get around making it free. You know, that's sort of the old model. That's sort of the old model of, like, you know, EverQuest used to do that. Where EverQuest would have their base game, they'd come out with a expansion for it, and then about a year later they would just include the expansion in the base game. So if you got into EverQuest late, you never had to buy all the expansions because they were already included. You know, if you would get in at a later time. Hey, All Nuggets, how you doing? Okay, we have another freaking fish. Another freaky fish. Do I really want to start a fire here for him though? It's just one fish. It's one fish. Do I really want to do that? I don't think so. Look at the mountains in the direction of Desolation Point. They're missing. Oh, probably just because I have probably because of the render distance. Are you talking about the ones way over there? You're talking about the ones over there. You've just started playing this game, Tip Chief? Oh, this game is it's a chunky boy. Strap yourself in, Tip Chief. I started playing this in 2017, and I was like, hey, it's a pretty fun game. Now I am. Let's see what the official count is. Let's see what the official hour count is now. Now, 6,820 hours later, I'm still playing. The other direction I looked. Okay, behind the road. Well, I see him now. Maybe that was just a graphical thing while I was down there. I was just talking about you in the Long Dark Facebook group I'm in. I didn't know you were still on. Thought I'd missed you. Well, Survival Amazon, I changed my stream times this month. I'm now starting streaming at noon, which is 3 Eastern. I'm starting streaming at noon and going to 3 o'clock with Long Dark, my time, Pacific time. And then I'm switching over at 3 and playing the second game at 3. So I've moved my schedule because I'm now driving from 10 to about 4 or 5 in the morning. And to get my sleep, I needed to change up my stream schedule a little bit. So I've adjusted a few things. So, but yes, you know, Tip Chief, this is one of the greatest, in my mind, one of the greatest survival games ever made. I think, and I say that with confidence that I feel for nothing else. I love this game, and yeah, you can hate the game too for certain things, but I love this game overall, and it's a great game. Right now we are playing Endless Night, so we have the night, we have daytimes turned off, and we have guns enabled, the pistol and the rifle, although I've found 2 rifles, I don't use them, so but yeah, it just, you can play it over and over and over again. What's the second game today? We'll be switching over in about 10 minutes. We're going to be playing some Medieval Dynasty, which is a great building. It's like a first person, if you've seen that game Manor Lords, I do like Manor Lords, don't get me wrong. I like first person games. And with Medieval Dynasty, it's a first person Manor Lords, basically. There's not battles in it or anything like that, but you get to build up a whole city, you get to get villagers, you manage those villagers, they plant crops for you, you can go hunting, you can go fight bandits, you can go do missions in town. Medieval Dynasty is awesome. And yes, we're going to be playing that in about 10 minutes. We're in I think we're just starting year 7. And it'll be springtime and summer of year 7. So yes, Medieval Dynasty is back for the attack. So I'm super excited to play that here. Because I love Medieval Dynasty. Medieval Dynasty is a great game. It really, truly is. So tomorrow, boys and girls, when we play more Long Dark, we are going to be heading over to the fishing camp, which is over there. We're going to be then going up into the bear campground area, going up the river and picking all the cattails. We may even drop over into Mystery Lake for a second. Maybe, I don't know. And then we'll be coming back and going down the road and getting back to the garage, picking up our stuff there, and then I think we'll be moving to the ravine, and from there on into the Bleak Inlet, which I'm not looking forward to. That's going to be crazy. Bleak Inlet is not one of my favorites. Bleak Inlet on Gunloper is like no. I wish I weren't so late to the stream. I got dinner on the stove cooking currently. I'll stay for a bit, then I got to do the heavy lurky. Oh, that's okay, Survival Amazon. I appreciate you coming by and hanging out no matter what. So I think I will wrap up the Long Dark here for today. It's a good stopping point because we're in the Jackrabbit Island. We got food and water. We're doing great. We are on day, let's see, what day are we on right now? Or night? No, I didn't want to resume. I wanted to just look at my file there. We are on day 131. Now, our mapping run, we're on day 580. And I don't think I've shown, there's some people who've probably not seen my mapping run. This is all up on YouTube, the mapping run is. But on our mapping run, we spent 580 days mapping every zone in the game. Some of them are better, like Forlorn Muskeg, Winding River, Pleasant Valley is a beautiful map, Pleasant Valley. Beautiful map of Timberwolf Mountain. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Ash Canyon, we got Ash Canyon all mapped up. Actually, I'm surprised Ash Canyon looks as good as it does. Because Ash Canyon's got a lot of areas that are hard to map. We had to do a lot of mapping there. We got Bleak Inlet all done up, which is beautiful. That's where we're going to be going next. We're going to be going in through the ravine. The hatch is right there by the entrance, so we're going to go check that out. Mountain Town's looking great. We got all of Hush River Valley all mapped up. Broken Railroad is a hard one to map, but we got that one done too. Far Range Branch Line, Transfer Pass, and then our magnum opus, we actually took 60 days and we got Forsaken Airfield mapped up. Now, just to give you an idea, a perspective on how big Forsaken Airfield is, You remember this map back here of Pleasant Valley? You remember this map of Pleasant Valley here? Think of that map there. And then go to Forsaken Airfield. That map of Pleasant Valley would probably take up about that much of Forsaken Airfield. Forsaken Airfield is about 2.5 times the size of Pleasant Valley. Pleasant Valley is about that big, comparatively. If you had to walk it, walking from here to here takes about as much time as it does to cross Pleasant Valley. It's a humongous zone. It's the scope of the zone is hard to put into words because, or to show you, because the maps have there's no scale on the maps. The maps they don't have a scale. And so, you know, this map looks the same size as Pleasant Valley, but it's not. Pleasant Valley would fit in about this corner of it, this little postage stamp here. It's more about how long it takes you to walk from one place to the other. And then, of course, we got Black Rock. We mapped up all of Black Rock. We mapped up the Keeper's Pass north and south. We mapped up the zone of contamination, which we're in right now. In zone of contamination, there's a lot of black areas in it. This is a big mountain range you can't really climb up in. This here is as well. And right now we're in zone of contamination. We got a lot of stuff in here. As you can see, we're pretty well set up in zone of contamination. That's 580 days worth of mapping for those zones. But yeah, the Forsaken Airfield is a humongous zone. And the biggest problem you have in Forsaken Airfield is there's nowhere to hide. There's not a lot of caves you can ditch into that are easily accessible in the main region. All the caves are sort of on the outer part of the zone. So when you're traveling in the middle of the zone, you got a long ways to go from point A to point B. It's a very crazy zone as far as the size goes. Very crazy. All right, so I'm going to wrap up the Long Dark here. YouTubers, we will be starting back up in about 4 or 5 minutes. I'm going to take a quick potty break, and I'll be right back. I need to get a drink. I need to get a snack. I need to go potty, and then I will be back with Medieval Dynasty. If you've not seen Medieval Dynasty before, it is an amazing, amazing game. You should stick around and hang out for it. It is a beautiful game. It has come so far. I've been playing Medieval Dynasty ever since the beta, and it is a great, great game. But YouTubers, I will see you in just a few minutes.